Hey guys, welcome to JPlays. I'm Iceman, and this is the latest devblog in my work on Nanatama Chronicle of Dungeon Maker, or as I like to call it, Dungeon Maker 3 for the Sony PSP. And as per usual, I have another floor completed for the game. Currently the 16th floor and all of its content that I've so far been able to encounter. All the quests, side quests, and everything. Well, not all the side quests, but most of the stuff has all been translated. And this covers days number 107 all the way up to the morning of day number 110. So as per usual, it's usually about 3 or 4 days per floor. In-game days, that is. Alright, starting with day number 107. As a tradition, I'll go through the days and what's being translated. So, on day number 107, a conversation with Frederick was translated, and one with Sophia, a new fortune reading that became available as of that point, and new monster research into Deviltree. Deviltree is... let me find it. That is this one. Deviltree, with a demonic face, kills any who wander near. This one has a really interesting story that goes with it when you get the quest for it. About children going missing in town, and also lots of monsters and things disappearing from the forest, all thanks to the Deviltree. Quite interesting. Anyway, so that was translated. Then in the dungeon itself, there was one conversation with Aoi. That was because in the mystery dungeon, what is it? I don't know what floor it is, but the mystery dungeon that became available as of that point in time, probably it was the 16th floor, I would assume. If not, it's something like that anyway. So when that was translated, that conversation, there was two more things that became available and translated. One was Armor Ring. Armor Ring is... Armor Ring. And the other one was Nekomata costume. As she gets like a cute outfit that she can go into. Probably it's a bit of fan service, probably. Let's find it. Key item. Yeah, there we go, Nekomata costume. I can't remember if I've put that on her or not. I think it makes her look stupid. But let's see, no, I didn't. Yeah, because it didn't really offer much in the way of better stats. It actually has worse stats. Got worse armor rating, and it has better strength. But it's much less armor rating. So that's what she looks like in it. I think that it looks silly. Definitely some fan service stuff going on. But I mean, she's supposed to be like a female ninja, so I mean, that's how I prefer it to look. But I mean, if you get that far and that's how you would prefer AoE to look, then whatever floats your boat. But for me, I'm not really interested in that. Okay, so that was day number 107. In the evening, one conversation with the professor, and one for Sophia, which related to monster hints of Manticore. I always like that word, Manticore. I think it's a cool name for a monster. So I haven't encountered this monster yet. I'm still trying to get it to appear. It's a beast, if I remember correctly. Manticore. It's this one, Mantic. That's why it's in Shadow, because I haven't been able to find it yet. Apparently, it appears in Monster Lair, specifically on the 13th floor. It has to be forests that are near to Moon. So I've placed a couple of forests, but I haven't had any Manticores appear yet. But give it time. Hopefully that will in my playthrough. When it does, I'll translate the the research version of it. So that does it for day number 107. For day 108, there was nothing in the morning that was new. In the dungeon, the only things that were new... dried fruit. That's a quest item, by the way. So dried fruit was translated. That's a food item. See if we can find it. There you go. Dried fruit. Wasn't very many letters available, so I couldn't do the full word dried fruit. Next was Night Shield. If I remember correctly, that drops from Night Kobolds. So, Night Shield. That is this one. Again, not many letters available. Next was Lifestone Ring. That was from the ruins, if I remember correctly. So it's Life Ring. There you go. Lifestone Ring. Oh, that's right, I got it down as Lifestone Ring. Wolven Fang was the next one. That was from me persisting with the mystery dungeon, trying to get all the items from monsters to drop. So that is... I think it's that one. I think it's that one. Okay. Then in the evening, there was one conversation with Sophia that was translated. New monster research into Kobold Knights. That's the ones who dropped the Night Shield. So that is... What was it? Kobold Knight. Oh, actually, they're probably under Demi. There you go, Kobold Knight. That is this one. The Kobold Knight. Valkyrie was the next one. And you need Valkyrie for one of the... That's the one who drops the dried fruit. So, Valkyrie... That's this one. Valkyrie, female warrior from the demon world. And then we had one new meal, which was... You can't see it because it's the morning. But dried fruit tarts. That's not too bad. Not too bad of a meal. Then that is day number 108. For day number 109, nothing in the morning. One conversation with Feel that was translated in the dungeon. And then a new item, Kobold Helmet. So Kobold Helmet. Kobold Helmet. That's this one. That drops from the pumpkin. One of the kobold ones, anyway. One of the kobold enemies. In the evening, there was two conversations with Elena that were translated. Most in particular, and of main importance, was the A-class permit conversation was translated. So, as of this point in time, I got my character to get the A-grade permit, which is the second last permit that you can get in the game. Apparently there's a S-class. I don't know what the prerequisites is for though, because once you get A-grade, it doesn't tell you what the S-class ones are. So I'm guessing S-class is like after you beat the game and you're doing the end game content. But I haven't got to that point in the game yet, so we'll see. That's not too far away though. So we may have... You never know. we might get this game fully translated before Christmas, and if I get that done for a first-time effort on a translation project, I think that's actually pretty damn good to get the whole, you know, an actual RPG with all the stuff translated in a year. That would be amazing. Anyway, next thing that was translated was the actual A-grade permit that is viewable in here. So if you can see where my mouse cursor is going around, the A/CL, that's for A class. So that was translated. And new monster research on Deviltree. I did show Deviltree before. The one that was translated earlier was the like the shadow version of it. But anyway, I think I've shown it already, but here you go, we can see it again. Deviltree with a demonic face kills any who wander near. I think that's a very cool enemy. A very difficult enemy to take on when you do fight it. I highly recommend fight that enemy at ranged. Just keep sending in your orb characters and just use your bow and arrow when it's not attacking you. Keep yourself healed up and you should be okay. Okay, so that was day number 109. Now on to day number 110. Oh, just realized I didn't number my days correctly. Okay, yeah, so day number 110, onto that. So it's actually today number 111, by the way. Anyway, for day number 110, one conversation with Elena and one with Frederick were translated. If I remember correctly, that related to a side quest that pops up. Except it's a side quest where they don't actually tell you what enemy you're supposed to be looking for. They kind of give hints, but they don't precisely tell you. Anyway, so those two were translated. In the dungeon, there was one conversation with a unicorn creature. I'll take you to that spot in a minute. That was translated. Then there was, I don't have it mentioned there, but I know that their magic spells, there was an extra magic spell that was translated. That is, where's unicorn? That is this one. So that's translated both here and in the stat screen. I so hope I get someone to help me do variable width fonts one day, because this will look so much better. But anyway, these entries, so the two entries for unicorn that were in there, they're translated. The next things was fast healing herb. So I finally found the damn fast healing herb. If you remember in the previous video, that was a quest I got back then, but I couldn't find it. I finally found where it is in the ruins. I'll show you in a minute where that was. So you can get that for yourself. But I finally got it, and and as you'll see in the later bits, the related conversations to it are translated. Next was Gratis Knife. That is this one. So Gratis Dagger, powerful. This one makes for a good good dagger to give to Field. So I highly recommend when you do get that. That's in the dungeon. I mean the ruins. Make sure you give that to Field. Pretty damn good dagger. And the last thing was Unicorn Orb. That is... Where's Unicorn? There we go. Orb holding Unicorn. That is the Unicorn Orb. Okay, then in the evening of that day, conversations with Elena and Vivi were translated. The one with Vivi was definitely about getting the fast healing herb that you need to unlock the next item in her shop. Now, next week onto the morning part of day number 111. I haven't done after that because after that I'd already gone to the next floor in the dungeon. So, you know, that's where I tend to translate up to. So what's been done, and most of this was all done today. I did all these ones. So there was a conversation with Frederick that was translated, one with the Professor, one with Sophia, and one with Vivi. The ones with Frederick, Professor, and Sophia related to an additional side quest that you get to take on an enemy called Heal Tree. I'll show you that in a second. New building materials were translated of Chapel Kit. So Chapel Kit. That is this one, Chapel. So if you've played the previous Dungeon Maker games, this room should be very familiar. Chapel rooms have been in every Dungeon Maker game since the first one. And the other one is Large Room. That is this one here. So L.R, that's Large Room. You need that in order to place the chapels. Other than that, the items that were... There was one item translated, which is Full Recovery Potion. That's what unlocks if you get the Fast Healing Herb. You unlock that at VV Store. That is this one here. So this one marks a slight difference with how this potion works in the previous games. So in Dungeon Maker 1 and 2, the F potion only healed 1000 HP. Now I've tested this, and the Nanatama version of it does restore full HP restoration. So whether you had 1000, 2000, 10,000 HP, theoretically, I mean I haven't tested 10,000 HP or 5,000, but it's saying full health restoration. So I'm assuming there is full HP restoration with that potion. The only other thing that's been translated was Heal Tree. That's related to a side quest that you get. So Heal Tree, and this one I literally just translated before I started recording. That is this one here, H.TR. So Heal Tree. Again, unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of letters available to me. I would have liked about 3 times those amount of letters, and then that would have been really good. But anyway, see how you go. Here you go. Heal Tree, habitat level 417, holy tree. So to get that to appear, apparently you need to place fruit tree rooms and in range of holiness. So like holy rooms. So I'm guessing like the chapels and maybe the other holy room that you get, or that you already have at this point in time in the game. Alright, and that's as far as the content translation goes. As usual, I'll give you a sneak preview of... Firstly, I'll show you where you can find the Fast Healing Herb. Then I'll show you all of what level 16 is about. And 17 as far as the ruins and the new sections that get added with that. Just to give you a bit of a sneak preview of what to expect. If you do go to those places, I've translated everything. So, as far as the ruins are concerned. Let's take you to... It's going to take me... Oh no, that's where I've run the ruins. So first I'm going to show you where you can get the Fast Healing Herb, which is what you need to complete the related quest for that. I might bump up the volume of the music and stuff too. If you're wondering what I'm walking around in, this is the gold armor set. So, I mean, even in the previous, like, levels 15 and stuff, you started to get broken gold armor. If you take that to Guido, he can make you gold armor stuff. So, then you'll be looking like this too, if you wanted to be in gold armor. Anyway, if you want to get the Fast Healing Herb, you need to go in this direction. It's in the area that's like unlocked around the time when you get the quest. It took me a lot of searching to find it. Now, it may not be there when I'm looking for it. Oh no, there it is. Cool. Okay, do you see what I'm targeting? With F.H on it? That's for fast fast herb, you know, fast healing herb. And you notice the white flowers that are on it, because the quest said look for a flower, like a herb that, plant that has white flowers. So that is this here. If you target that, you get the fast healing herb, take that to VV, and it'll unlock that item in her store. Okay, let's take you to level 16 so you know what to look forward to. I can't remember if, there's one main room type that unlocks on this one, that's the forest room. I've got a couple of those around. I think it was this level for forest. Anyway, we'll see as I'm going around. As per usual, when I go through these, I'll just stop and I'll note the new enemies that pop up if and when they pop up. If you don't hear me talking about it, then it's something that's already been introduced in earlier videos, as in for earlier content. Let's see if we get any. I think Iron Goblins you're already taken at this point. If not, they are... Oh yeah, definitely. Actually, no, they definitely do, because I got the Morning Star and stuff previously. So you do start taking on more of those. I'm currently experimenting with this floor to test out using the forest rooms with different elements and seeing if it results in different enemies. I'm still ages away from my experiments, but alright, so this is the forest room. If you wanted to fight Devil you need to have this and have dark emitting rooms nearby to it. And then if it appears, it'll be in this bit here. That's where it'll appear. Now, as per usual, if any new items do drop whilst I'm showing this, I'll translate them after the video is finished. And I'll have them translated before I upload it to the latest version. Yeah, so the forest room here, this is one of the new ones that's added in Nanatama. This room type did not exist in any of the previous games. So every once in a while in this they do give you a new room type to use, but primarily it's stuff from previous games. But every now and then you do get something new, and there are new enemy types that you do encounter from time to time. It's primarily stuff from other games, but here and there, new ones. That, by the way, is one of the new enemy types. If that's... Oh, actually, no, it isn't. That's a striker. Strikers look very similar to the knights. The knights is one of the new enemy kobold ones in this floor. We'll see if we encounter any. There you go, Kobold Knight, so that's one of the new types. As you see, it looks very similar to the Kobold Striker. And this is a new enemy type as of this game. There was no Kobold Knights in the other ones, I think. I don't remember that being in the other ones. I could be wrong, but I don't remember that being in it. Here's Valkyrie. If you've played the other games, and even the other levels, you take your own Valkyries. They're a good source of broken gold armor. Even better than, you know, the living armor kind of ones. This area is where I'm currently experimenting with different element types to see if we get new enemies on this particular level. That's always the best way to get the new enemies to appear, is through experimenting. Doesn't always result in new enemies types appearing, but it's the only way sometimes. about through just over half the level, I think. Who knows, maybe we'll see some new enemy types in these new bits. You never know. I'm skeptical, but you never know. Alright, well, we've checked out the whole level. Not too many new enemies appeared. All you got to see was the striker. Kobold striker. I mean the Kobold Knight, I mean. Okay, onto a sneak preview of the 17th floor. So if you do go to the start of this, I have translated up to the start of it. So you can technically do a little bit of it. It's just that you're not going to see very much. I mean, in translated form, I mean. And you never know, maybe we'll get a new enemy type or something to appear. You never know. One thing I haven't checked either is the dimension door version of all these floors. I do need to do another test of that. If you don't know what I mean by dimension door, that's like doing a much harder, playing it as a dungeon, where you're expected to go through all the floors yourself, without being able to place, you know, rooms or anything. But it keeps a saved version of whatever you save to your memory card, and then you can play it, or you can even give it to other people to, you know, to play. And there are some enemy types that only appear in that version of the dungeon. I haven't tested it since the 13th floor. Here's another Kobold Knight. Ooh, new item. There's one new item after translate after this recording's finished. Alright, so if you do delve into the ruins, the elevator, if I remember correctly, is up this way. It is over here. If you go down this way, I think there wasn't any items, but we'll see. If there is, it'll be life ring. Okay, so let's take you up to the ruins and show you the new area that's unlocked if you do go up the elevator. So that takes you to here. There's a couple ways you can go. If you go up this way, if you remember me mentioning a conversation with the unicorn was translated, that is over here. You need to go here, and then you'll get the unicorn joins you, not as a playable creature down the bottom, but just as a summonable, you know, spell. And that's the way out. You got this way. If you go down this way, no herbs or anything, or at least there wasn't when I checked it. Oh, that's right. I think this is where you get the Gradius knife. Or Gratis knife. The actual Japanese translation was Gradius, but I just translated it as Gratis due to the amount of letters that were available. I was like one letter off. If I had one more letter available, I would have called it Gradius. Because that's like, you know, got some connotations. As in, like, there's like been Gradiuses in other games and stuff. And even games called Gradius. Alright, so that does it. So that does it for this video, devblog number... Let's see what we're up to. We are up to devblog... number 33. So that was, as I said, everything from the 16th floor is translated, and some of the 17th. Not all of it, obviously, but just the start of it. So if you go as far as doing the start, and if you want to use the new room types that have been added, the chapel and the large room, those are translated that you can straight away jump into and use. Okay, so that does it for this devblog. I will see you guys in the next video, where most likely I'll have the 17th floor translated. Until then, guys, have a good one, and I hope you enjoy playing through this, the latest demo. Alright, have a good one.